Welcome in Season 1, Episode 3 of the CR Dynamic Duo Podcast. Today is Tuesday, September 17th, 2024. My name is Ryan Wilson, and I am joined by my best friend and podcast partner, Caden Cox. And boy, do we have a good one for you today. Week 2 of the NFL season just finished, and there were some massive upsets. What'd you think of this week, man? How about them Cowboys?
Yeah, they're bad. This week was a bunch of just games that I didn't expect. So, are the Saints the real deal?
Yeah, brutal slate of games all around as far as like pick'em goes and upsets go. And obviously Cowboys just got beat 44-19 by the New Orleans Saints. I guess the Saints got it like that. Patriots lost in a heartbreaker in overtime to the Seahawks. Low-key kind of proud of them. Still sucks. I was telling my girlfriend this yesterday. This was probably, besides Patriots Super Bowl losses and like playoff losses, the worst week of NFL football for me.
Yeah.
Like, fantasy-wise, games-wise, like, teams I wanted to win lost. Pick'em sucked. We didn't get to watch a single game together this week, which sucked. So everything we're about to be talking about, it'll be the first time we're talking about it together because we were both busy doing stuff for... Oh, actually, we watched Thursday night. Well,
somewhat.
Yeah, we watched some of Thursday night, but not all of it. We're going to dive right in. We're going to do... some recaps. We named some of our segments, so we kind of put a name to this segment. So to start off, we're going to do the Caden Ryan recap. We'll be recapping every game for the week and telling you whether or not we got it right or wrong in our Pick'em League. And kind of just explaining big takeaways and stuff like that. So first up, the Thursday night game this past week. Buffalo at Miami. We both picked Buffalo, got it right. Buffalo won quite easily, 31-10. It sucks. Tua got another concussion. His, I think, third or fourth diagnosed concussion.
I think it's third.
Third diagnosed concussion. Not great for him. Not great for the Dolphins. I feel like they had really high hopes. And I know we differ a little bit on this, but I feel like Tua's done for, I don't know. It's too hard to say, but I feel like he's not coming back this season, I think.
Yeah. I just don't want to see that. Like, obviously, I watched him through college. I just don't want to see that happen, but I understand, he's got to, I don't know, he's either got to take a break or retire. I just don't want to see it happen. Now, I don't know. Like, how can he stop getting concussed? Like, it's been a problem. I don't know.
Yeah, and that's though you can argue the one that this past week was his fault.
It was his fault.
But I mean, even if you take away that, like, he's gonna get hit, he's gonna get sacked. Yeah. The other two were not his fault. Like, he just got sacked and can't prevent that.
Like, he bulked up to, have a little bit more meat on his bones, and now this year he got more slim again. I don't understand that.
Yeah, and maybe that plays a factor. And it sucks because I love Tua. I know you love Tua, like,
yeah,
Bama and everything, but he's become one of my favorites in the league. Just as a dude, he's awesome, and as a player, you could see whenever he got that arm thing going. Tyreek was like
yeah,
his head, probably just so sad and frustrated. One sad for him, but also just like, man, like, there goes our season. There goes me doing really well,
Yeah, the whole thing, like, even Mike McDaniel's going up and talking to him and giving him a kiss on the forehead.
That was sick. I got chills when I saw that.
It just, the whole thing just sucks. I hope he comes back, but I understand if he doesn't. I mean, it's. I mean, life is bigger than football, so you gotta do what makes sense at this point. I know today that they released that he's going to see New Orleans.
Neurologist?
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
So we'll see what happens there.
Yeah. We could talk about this for literally 30 minutes alone. It's just really sad. I've read or seen a lot about it, and I guess we'll see what happens. But getting away from that kind of football side of things, I think the Dolphins are going to be really bad with Skylar Thompson.
Yeah.
If Mike McDaniel can scheme some stuff up for all their playmakers, though, like they can do something. But
I mean, they have so many weapons that they could use, but yeah, Thompson isn't that dude.
If your quarterback's bad, then
I've seen all the memes that Tom Brady's going to step in.
dude, I wish he would. I wish so. If Tom Brady played with that offense,
That'd be crazy.
it'd be awesome to see. But then he'd shit on the Patriots, so maybe not. Other side of the ball, the Bills, they're looking nice.
James Cook.
Yeah, James Cook, Josh Allen. Even I saw something. I feel like him without Stephon Diggs might be better because now he doesn't have to worry about like feeding an ego. You know?
Yeah.
Like he doesn't have as good of receivers, but he still has some.
He has the rookie still might do some stuff.
Yep, Khalil Shakir.
Yeah, Shakir. Other than that,
two tight ends.
Kincaid, but he hasn't really showed me anything yet.
Yeah.
Dawson Knox.
Yeah, I think they're going to be dangerous. The NFL is so confusing. I mean, as we go through these games, nothing makes sense. The Bills are going to lose to, I don't even know who they're playing next week, but
Jags, I think.
They'll probably lose 52-0 somehow. Like, I don't know. It's just craziness. And then Sunday slate of games, we got New Orleans at Dallas.
I'm going to skip this game.
Dallas played like garbage.
I saw a lot of things like, oh, it's Dak's fault. I don't think so. They were saying, oh, if Saints have to go, like if Saints scoring that touchdown, they got to match that. I'm like, that's just not how NFL works. Our defense shit the bed. Our defense was terrible.
Yeah.
I saw something that freaking Eric Kendricks overshown, and like two of our other great defensive players only got like 50 snap counts. For why?
Like they were sitting on the sideline?
Yeah. And I think I saw something that Mike McCarthy said. Someone brought that up, a reporter brought that up to him, and he was like, I don't know. Just how the game went. I'm like, okay, good answer, buddy.
Good job, head coach.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. So we definitely just didn't play good. Definitely on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah. I was like driving somewhere to watch the game, and I missed the first quarter and maybe a little bit into the second. It was like 28-13, and I was like, what is happening? It was crazy. And then the Saints, they look good. We thought they just played the Panthers, and okay, you played the Panthers, but did Dallas' defense do really bad, or is Saints' offense that good? I think a little bit of both. Like Saints' offense is good. Dallas had a bad game.
They're good. They're really good. I think definitely a top 10. You can maybe even say top 5 offense right now. Obviously, definitely. Obviously they're number 1 right now, but like, I don't know. We'll see in the rest of the season, but Kamara looks great.
Yeah. This stuff is exciting, man. Seeing all this like unpredictable stuff coming.
What's the fast receiver?
Rashid Shaheed.
Yeah, he looks good. Freaking cocksucker.
Yeah, man. But yeah, sorry about that one. And you don't have an easy game coming up either.
No, I saw the power rankings this week, or they just did them out today. The NFL did. They have the Ravens still a top 10 team, and they're 0-2.
Yeah, that's not and they just played the Raiders, which that doesn't really make much sense.
Yeah.
We'll get to the Ravens. Oh, we're about to get to the Ravens. We both chose Dallas. Got it wrong. Next up, Vegas at Baltimore. We both chose Baltimore. Baltimore lost. I do not think the Raiders are good. Devontae Adams had a good game.
Brock Bowers had a good game.
Yeah,
That dude's
I think
good.
Brock Bowers is going to be great.
Yeah.
He's going to be, like a Laporta type of production from a tight end.
I mean, Laporta hasn't done crap, but
yeah, his rookie year, kind of Laporta. But yeah, I think the Raiders are fine, but I think Ravens should have won that game. Ravens need to run the ball with Derrick Henry. And I'm not just saying that because I have Derrick Henry on fantasy, but they get away from it so much.
he produced that game pretty well.
Yeah, he did the first 3 quarters, and then they stopped running it with him when they had the lead. And I was just confused by that. So I think they'll figure it out. I'm not too worried about the Ravens. But they're playing the Cowboys in, do you know if it's in Dallas or Baltimore? We'll look in a second, but Baltimore, and it's in Dallas. It is in Dallas, I remember. So Baltimore could easily be going 0-3, which there's some stat of teams that go 0-3 to make the playoffs. It's like 1%, not even. I can't remember the stat, but it's
But when we did the first episode, you didn't have them in the playoffs.
That's true. I know my shit. That's what I'm saying. Dude, yeah, this is gonna be awesome to see what we end up getting right and stuff. Next up, Giants at Washington. Don't want to spend too much time on this game. Malik Neighbors looks really good. Daniel Jones.
He looked better, but still not great.
For Daniel Jones as your quarterback.
Yeah.
Look good. Jaden Daniels looks. Did I say Jaden Daniels throwing the ball to Malik Neighbors?
No, Daniel Jones.
Okay.
You said that.
Okay. Jaden Daniels looks fine. He doesn't throw the ball to Terry McLaurin. I have Terry McLaurin on my fantasy as well, and that's kind of heartbreaking.
Who does he even throw it to?
Dude, I don't know. I know, like, Brian Robinson and Austin Eckler both got a lot of touches. Like, them 3, the quarterback and those 2 running backs running the ball together, like, they're running quite a bit. Terry McLaurin got, I think, 3 catches? Maybe 2. I can't remember. I don't think either of those teams are contenders.
Nope.
Yeah. Nothing huge on that game. It was a good game, though. Came down to the last little play. Oh, one thing. Giants would have won that game, I think, but their kicker got hurt. Did you see this? So their punter had to kick an extra point, missed it horribly. So then anytime it was 4th down in field goal range, they went for it, and then they had to go for 2 twice and didn't get either one of them. And they only lost by 1, 2, or 3 points. I can't remember what. But
I turned off every single game after the halftime of the Cowboys game. I'm not gonna lie.
You just
I just didn't watch
laid in
football.
bed and close your eyes.
Yeah.
But yeah, they probably would have won that game if it wasn't for their kicker getting hurt. Chargers at Panthers. Chargers won. We both picked Chargers. Panthers are bad. We got to talk about Bryce Young. He's getting benched for Andy Dalton. To be fair, I don't think it's fair to Bryce Young to get benched this early. I don't think Bryce Young is good, but I also don't think he's as bad as he seems. I think the Panthers suck.
Yeah. I think if you put Bryce Young in Caleb Williams' shoes, I think he'll be good.
I agree. I think he
Better O-line, better receivers, better everything.
Yeah. Barely a better O-line.
Yeah, barely, but
But yeah, I feel bad. I feel bad for him. And I feel like it's kind of the same thing that happened, not the exact same thing. Kind of what happened with Mac Jones is he had an awful team around him.
yeah.
And there's a good chance he'll never be a starter again. And he definitely had the potential to be.
Yeah. Those Mac Jones, I thought was good. Like I thought his rookie year, then he took him to
Playoffs?
yeah. Playoffs. Like
They lost, I think, 47-7 in the first playoff game, but he made it to the playoffs, baby.
Yeah.
And he was a Pro Bowler.
I think he had potential. I think Bryce Young has potential, but we'll see what Andy Dalton does if they go back to Bryce Young after they get freaking smacked by someone.
I think having experience
Raiders.
though. Yeah. I think having experience though as a QB like Andy Dalton, he's not gonna do good, but I don't think he'll do as bad as Bryce Young.
Right. I mean, he'll get the ball away. He won't take those stupid sacks, but
Yeah.
they're still gonna lose.
Yeah. That's gonna be a strategy for Survivor picks is pick against the Panthers. We'll get to that in a little bit. Chargers, J.K. Dobbins, dude, I think the Chargers are good. I have them at going 12-5. I know they're only 2-0 and they played scrubs, but do you have any different thoughts about them?
No, good. They're good. Like I said, I think J.K. Dobbins can be top 5 running back if he stays healthy.
Yeah.
And he, like I said, he's looking good now.
Yep.
And then but the thing is they don't really have anyone to throw to. They had, like, all those games. They don't.
Nope.
Justin Herbert's not getting the stat sheet.
No.
Like he used to when he had Keenan Allen, Mike Williams.
Yeah, he's got Ladd. He's got
Quentin Johnson.
Yeah.
And then he's got some other scrub. I mean,
but all they do is run the ball. I think their time of possession was like 37-23 or something crazy like that.
Yeah.
But I'm excited about them. Jim Harbaugh, man.
But don't they play a good defense this week? Or am I tripping?
We'll see. I can't remember, but we'll get to that. Next game, Colts at Packers. We both chose Colts because we thought Malik Willis was going to suck. Packers won, so we both got that wrong. Oh, really quick. We both went 8-8 this week, which is not good for just a straight-up pick-em. So only got half the games right, which puts us we're both tied right now at 20-12. So we've gotten 20 games right and 12 games wrong of the 2 weeks. So above 500 at least.
Yeah.
We're just at okay, yeah. Colts at Packers. Packers somehow pulled it out. I didn't watch that game much.
I didn't either.
I know they ran the ball a ton, and I know Matt LaFleur came up with something to beat them. So Colts are 0-2 now.
I saw like I only saw like touchdown pass from. What was the score of that game? Do you know?
It was close. I don't remember the exact score. I should probably let me just pull this up.
It was like was it low scoring? I think so.
If I had to guess, it was like 22-19. I'm just throwing something out there.
But yeah, I saw Anthony Richardson. I mean, Jonathan Taylor did well.
I
saw that.
Fantasy-wise or
Yeah.
just in general?
He had like I think over 100 rushing yards, if I'm not mistaken. So that's a plus for the Colts.
I was way off. 16-10.
Yeah, it was pretty low.
Yeah, that is really low, and that's how Packers are gonna have to win until they get Jordan Love back. Next game, 49ers at Vikings.
Dude,
we both chose 49ers.
This was a great game though.
Vikings won.
I like. I mean, Sam Darnold's okay, but I just like Vikings doing well.
Yeah, their offense isn't too shabby. Justin Jefferson's hurt though right now. I don't know if he's gonna play next week or not, but who isn't hurt? Really?
You're right. But I like their offense. And I mean, holding the 49ers to.
I got you, man. 17-23.
Yeah, holding the 49ers offense to. I mean, I know they don't have Christian McCaffrey, obviously, but they have Jordan Mason who looked fine. They had Debo. I know he got hurt. I know Kittle got hurt a bit, but like holding that offense to 17 points, that's freaking awesome.
Yeah, dude. Vikings 2-0. It's pretty interesting. Next game, Cleveland at Jacksonville. We both chose Jacksonville. Cleveland won. I don't know why I was so confident on Jacksonville. I think it's just because Cleveland looked so bad in Week 1 against the Cowboys.
I think I told the podcast that was a hard game for me. I only picked Jacksonville because they were at home.
Oh, I think you did say that. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not down on the Browns because they have good weapons. I think Jared Jeudy is one of the top 5 Alabama wide receivers ever to come out of Alabama. And obviously they have Amari Cooper, who else is another top 5.
He sucks right now.
Well, yeah, but I mean, and they have even Moore. He's good. He's a solid wide receiver 3. They have Ford.
It's good.
I mean, who knows what Nick Chubb's gonna do? Probably nothing.
I think we said it last week. If Deshaun can be halfway as good as he was in Houston, like they'll be good.
Their defense is solid.
We'll score that game 18-13. Do you know if that was 6 field goals? I know there was.
No.
Washington scored 7 field goals and won 21.
Deshaun got a tutty.
Okay, then
He ran it in himself.
Oh, that's right. I saw that. Next game, Seattle at New England. We both chose Seattle. Seattle won.
It's a good game, though.
It was a great game. I actually watched majority of that game, and New England did good. They covered the spread, which was 3.5. They lost by 3. Went into OT. I don't
DK
know.
Metcalf went off that game, right?
Yeah, he had one like huge 70-yard touchdown. But it was 23-20, which I didn't think Patriots would ever score more than 19 points in a game. So I don't know. They're looking up. I think they're going to be better than most people think. Like most people have them at 4-13, 5-12 type of thing, and I think they can go 8-9, 9-8.
Yeah.
Sneaking into the playoffs, I don't know, but they won't be too bad. Jacob chose the Pats.
That's crazy.
That would have been a good one. But I'm representing. I believe in them. I'm gonna pick against them every week, but hopefully they
Even now, that they've
maybe not every week, but they're they played the Jets this week and in New York, and I'll probably choose the Jets in New York. Speaking of which, next game is Jets at Tennessee. Oh, really quick, Pats game. Ramondre and Antonio Gibson.
They did
both
good.
Did really well.
Yeah.
So running game is on point, which is what they're gonna have to do. Okay. Anyways, Jets at Titans. We both picked Jets. Jets won. Jets didn't look good though. I don't think.
Like I said, I didn't really watch that much game. All I remember is
Ridley did well.
Yeah, Ridley did well. But the Jets, did Breece Hall do any? Breece Hall,
Yeah,
did he look good?
Breece Hall had a nice it was probably 20-25 yard floater pass from Aaron Rodgers. But they didn't look necessarily impressive. Their defense.
Garrett Wilson didn't pop off.
Yeah, he had a few catches. I think Allen Lazard did okay.
Was Christian Gonzalez? Oh no, he played Titans. Never mind.
Christian Gonzalez though, there's some argument.
Was he on
about
DK?
it. He was, but the stat technically shows him 3 catches for 15 yards while he was marking DK, because he wasn't the one marking him on the touchdown pass. But apparently it was a miscommunication, and he had a failed assignment too. But on the stat sheet, it's not him marking him. So I don't know how you would consider that, but he's still great, and he's going against the Jets. Probably Garrett Wilson this week.
Yeah, definitely has him.
Next, Bucks at Detroit. Dang, Jacob chose Tampa Bay. We both chose Detroit.
That was a hard game for me,
Got it wrong. I think we talked about that last week.
Just because the Lions are home.
Yep. Tampa Bay is nice. Chris Godwin's nice. Mike Evans nice. Baker's nice.
Yeah, dude. Baker's a top 3 right now for me.
Yeah, he is. He definitely is. Who? I can't think of, actually, I don't know who.
You got Derek Carr if you want to put him in there.
Yeah. The NFC South. What's going on? It's supposed to be the worst division in football. And they got the 2 best QBs right now. Sam Darnold's doing great. Josh Allen is doing great. I don't even think Mahomes is doing great. But yeah, Detroit didn't look so hot. Tampa Bay looked pretty good.
I've always liked Baker, though.
Yeah.
Always. Baker maker, baby.
Even when he was a arrogant little guy.
He took the Browns to nowhere. They were nowhere or nothing, and they took them somewhere.
Yeah, he did. Kind of like what I feel like, maybe not as much, but what CJ's doing with the Texans.
Yeah.
Not even that bad, because Browns were way worse than the Texans were. But yeah, 2016 in that game. Excuse me. Lions are. I'm not worried about them. I think Bucks are just good.
It's a good game. That was probably my best game of the week.
Yeah, I think so too. I really like the Pats Seahawks game. Obviously, I wish the Pats would have won, but
Arizona.
Yeah, wow.
That's who's next.
Arizona Rams. He chose Arizona. I chose Rams. I'm the only one that chose Rams. Arizona won. Rams are just done for now.
Well, yeah.
I think 3 of their offensive line of the 5 are hurt. Their 2 best receivers are hurt. They're just,
that's it, man.
Yeah, there's not much to say.
They're both. It's not like they're gonna be missing 1 game, 2 weeks. They're both on IR. Well, Cooper Kupp's not IR, but he's going to be.
Yeah. So it's probably gonna be a 6 more weeks without either of them.
Yeah, and
Man.
that's their season.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know. I don't even know what you do at this point. Matthew Stafford played awful because he didn't have time to throw the ball. He didn't have anyone to throw the ball to. Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do. Sean McVay might be able to figure it out, but and then Arizona. Oh my God, Kyler
Good,
and
man.
Marvin Harrison, dude.
And
Did you see
Trey
their
McBride,
tutties? Yeah, Trey McBride did well. This was our sleeper team in the NFC.
Yeah. I like the Cardinals too. Kyle Murray he was one of my favorite players watching in college, and he's from Texas, where obviously we're from. He's actually close to us too, and he's just he's pretty good in my book. Obviously, not great, but he's pretty good.
Yeah, and I think now that the Bills are good, they played the Bills week 1, and we're leading that game. Could have easily won it. So I think the Cardinals are a team that are gonna be top notch in the NFC. And Marvin Harrison Jr.
He's good.
He's gonna be good.
I don't know why they didn't use him week 1 for the Bills.
I don't know.
I mean, maybe just the Bills shut him down.
Yeah.
But he's good. He's gonna be something.
Next game, Steelers at Denver. We both chose Steelers. Steelers won. Bo Nix doesn't look good. Their offense doesn't look good. I mean, 13-6 was the score of the game. So, I mean, Steelers are 2-0.
That was the worst game of my life.
They scored
13-6.
Steelers scored 6 field goals last week, and then this week got a touchdown and 2 field goals. So
yeah, who did Justin Fields pass it to? I just watched it. I can't remember, but yeah, it was his first. Yeah.
Oh.
It was his first touchdown pass, and I was like, there he goes.
See if I can find it real fast. Oh, there we go. He threw a 5-yard. D. Washington.
Oh yeah, Daryl. That's a tight end.
Attaboy, Justin. How you think Justin will keep starting? I don't see why they would change it.
I think today they actually said that he's gonna start.
Good. He deserves it. Cincinnati at Kansas City. We both chose Kansas City. Great game. This was actually a really good one. There was a controversy at the end, kind of. I mean, did you think it was pass interference? I thought it was. It just sucks that that's how the game kind of got decided.
Yeah. I think it was as well. I mean, I wanted the Bengals to win.
Oh yeah, I did too.
But
I wish there was some kind of rule where so it was, the situation, it was 4th and 16. The Chiefs needed a field goal to win. They were out of field goal range though, so a minute left or so. If they don't get this conversion, game over. Mahomes throws it to Rashee Rice. Pass interference is called late though. The ball hits the ground, Bengals kind of start celebrating, and then the flag is thrown. And
yeah, it's a super late flag.
That's the part that bothered me. Why just throw it whenever you see it? But I wish there was some rule under 2 minutes. I know this will never happen, but it sucks that games are just because right there Chiefs won.
Yeah,
I wish they could.
I also saw something that when it was the Bengals driving, it was a Kansas City hold, but the rest didn't call it. But it was obviously a hold. It was crazy. And that, I think that would have gave them a first down and continue that drive. But
yeah, I mean, some calls will go your way, some calls won't. But it always seems like for the Chiefs, it goes their way. But you know what? I'm not hating. That's what people said about the Patriots too. Whenever Patriots were winning, all the calls go their way. That's just what it seems to happen when you're a winning franchise, I guess. And then people nitpick at it more and stuff. But it was a good game. Bengals still didn't look great though.
Not really. I just think Joe Burrow's missing that second wide receiver with T. Higgins.
Yeah.
Once he gets good and healthy, I think they'll be all right. Joe Burrow looked better, obviously, than week 1. I mean,
yeah, they're playing the freaking best defense week 1. Stats. And then Mahomes didn't look great. Pacheco's out now for what? He's on IR? Or
he's got a fractured fibula, tibia?
Fibula, I think.
Fibula? Ooh.
Sorry, dogs, if you can hear that. So it was a good game, but neither team I thought looked great. Next game is Chicago at Houston, Sunday Night Football. We both chose Houston. Houston won. C.J. Stroud looks amazing. I mean, all his what we taught. I said the same exact thing last week. Nico Collins, everyone, Stephon Diggs.
Joe Mixon's gonna be hurt though, right? Is he hurt?
Yes, but I think it's not serious. Like he might miss a week or two, is what I saw. And then Caleb doesn't look good. We did a little game under 100 yards or over 300. I think he got 170. So,
yeah, I was close.
Yeah, and his offensive line doesn't look good. But, a lot of that's on him, in my opinion. Everyone was saying how he has all these weapons and he's going to such a good situation. Okay, then.
He's playing still like he's still in college.
Yeah. And
I think I said that last week. You can't do that in the NFL. These are experienced. They're just better in every single way than college players are. I don't know. So you gotta change something about your game plan if you're Caleb Williams. Maybe not. Like he scrambles a lot and then he throws like just crazy throws. And in college that works. That goes for 70-yard touchdowns. Yeah. But like NFL,
you're getting sacked for 17 yards.
Yeah.
Or something.
So
he'll learn. Hopefully, we'll see. And then Monday Night Football last night, Atlanta at Philly. This was actually a really good game. We both chose Philadelphia. I got it wrong. Atlanta won. Philly kind of blew the game, in my opinion.
I actually watched the back end of this game. I loved Kirk Cousins' final drive.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
it was awesome.
It was a great drive. He got, in field goal range at least in, 3 plays.
Yeah, Darnell Mooney's a dog.
Yep. But I feel like that drive shouldn't have even happened. Like, they could have easily manipulated the clock. Eagles, to not
Well, Eagles' secondary is bad.
Yeah.
We know that. But I just liked it because I don't like the Eagles, but
yeah. And I'm rooting for Kirk Cousins. I like Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
So Eagles didn't look great. I don't think I thought Jalen Hurts played good.
Yeah, Saquon did good.
Saquon, yeah, he'll keep doing well.
Saquon was pissed. I saw the I think when that drive before the winning drive when Eagles were driving,
and he dropped it.
I'll see that, but the one where he got a touchdown, but it came back and it wasn't a touchdown. Like they said, oh no, he was down at the 1.
Oh yeah.
And then Jalen Hurts ran it in.
Yeah.
He was pissed at that part. I saw that in his when he's on the bench, he was so mad. And then when he dropped it, he was so pissed. And I was like,
yeah, because if he catches that,
it's game.
But it's gonna happen. Yeah, he still did really well. So that's the Caden Ryan recap for the week. Some great games, some crazy upsets. Going 8-8 is not good for against the spread is okay, but if you're just going straight up, not great. But that's because there were so many upsets.
Yeah.
So hopefully next week is a bit better.
I think in the NFL it's just hard because any team can beat any team unless you're the Panthers. But honestly, I still think that Panthers are gonna get obviously games that they shouldn't.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, maybe, but
maybe with Andy Dalton though. All right, I'm gonna go to our next little segment. We call this one Fantasy Focus. We're gonna just quickly go over our fantasy teams, how our team performed and whether they won or lost, and then just any quick pickups we should get or people we should drop. Caden's going to go over his team real fast, and I'm going to use the restroom real fast.
Goodness. Week 2, fantasy football. I actually won, so now I'm 1-1. Trevor Lawrence, he got me 13 points, projected 16, not too bad. He had 220 yards throwing, 2 carries for 45 yards, which is good for him. I was surprised that he did that. No touchdown passes. But Trevor Lawrence, he did okay. Jonathan Taylor, like I said, he actually performed over. He got 15 and a half. He was projected 13 points. Carried the ball 12 times, got 103 yards. That's great. And then he had 2 receptions for 32 yards. That's also great. Travis Etienne, 13 carries, 52 yards, not too good, but he had a touchdown. He had 3 receptions for 6 yards. So just that touchdown carrying him, but he did over-project what he was projected. So he did good. CeeDee Lamb, the only play that really Dallas, like, after this play that Dallas made, I was like, okay, we have hope. With CeeDee Lamb, did you see that play?
Yeah, I did.
I was like, oh, we got hope. And then they, after that drive, like, the Saints came back and scored, and I was like, all right, I'm turning it off. So I turned it off.
Good thing he had that play. He wouldn't have scored nearly as many points.
Yeah.
He still would have won.
He got 4 receptions, 90 yards, and a touchdown. Devontae Adams did awesome.
I did not see that.
He had 9 receptions, 110 yards, and a touchdown. He was doubled what he was projected. He had 26 points. He was projected 13. So what a guy that.
Yeah.
Sam Laporta, dog. He didn't do that well. He was projected 14 points, got 3. What a piece of shit. No, I'm just kidding. I love Sam Laporta. But he had 2 receptions for 13 yards, not too great. Chris Godwin, another one that doubled his projection. He had 12, and he got 24. He had 7 receptions, 117 yards, and a touchdown.
Jeez.
And then I had Rashad White. He got hurt during that game, but then he came back in. But when he came back in, he just didn't really look himself.
Oh, he came back in the game?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
But he had 10 carries, 18 yards, 1 reception for 5. And then Deshaun Watson actually did not too bad. He got me 15 points. He got over his projection, what was 14. He got 160 passing yards, 5 carries for 20, and a touchdown, and a rushing touchdown. So not too bad. Like I said, I won 135, and then our buddy James, he had 117 points, which
the guy who scored 168 last week on me.
that guy killed Ryan in the beginning.
Caden's team is goated. I mean, he scored 135 points, which is like above the average point total, and then on his bench, like Devin Singletary, 15.5 points. Calvin Ridley, 25 points. I mean, you have
Ryan
Thomas, over 11 points.
And I was actually deciding if I should put Ridley in over White even before this. Obviously, the game started, and I changed it last minute. I put in White instead of Ridley. But if I would have put in Ridley, I would have had 160.
Yeah, you killed it.
So got it done. 1-1, baby.
Not a bad start. Let's see. You are right now in 6th place out of 10. We're in a 10-team Superflex PPR league, by the way. I don't know if we've ever.
This week I have Drew, who beat you.
Yep. So my game, I lost by 0.6 points. I scored 123.28, and he scored 123.9. So I guess 0.62 maybe, if I'm doing the math. 7.2.
That's just sad.
Yeah, dude, it's rough. The biggest thing is, I have Cooper Kupp and A.J. Brown on my roster, who are my wide receiver 1 and 2. A.J. Brown was out, so couldn't play him. I played Terry McLaurin instead of him, and Terry McLaurin got me 8 points. Cooper Kupp got hurt, scored me 7 points. If he just gets one more catch, 10 more yards, I win. Last week I said how I wasn't mad at fantasy because I got blown out, so it's not even, who cares? But this week is just brutal. I played Matt Stafford over Geno Smith, and if I would have played Geno Smith, I would have.
Oh yeah, you would have
blown him out.
Yeah.
Matt Stafford scored 7 points. Geno Smith scored 18. I also have McCaffrey, who's out. I mean, just not a great week. But my team, I mean, some of them. Well. Kyler Murray scored 28.5 points. Jordan Mason scored 17 points. Derrick Henry scored 17 points. McLaurin 8 points. Kupp 7 points. McBride scored 19 points. Jameson Williams scored 14 points. Amari Cooper fucking sucks. He scored me 4 points.
Yeah, if you would have did Jacoby Jacoby Myers.
Jacoby Myers scored 7 points if I would have just played him. And then Matt Stafford. So I don't even really want to talk about it. I'll be honest. I'm pretty upset about it. I'm 0-2, 9th place in the league. Yeah, not much to say. I made a trade with my buddy Than. I traded Christian McCaffrey and Jordan Mason for Rashee Rice and Jahmyr Gibbs.
I think it'd be good.
But I think both people benefited from it. I need another receiver because A.J. Brown and Cooper Kupp being out, and then Amari Cooper not being a football player, Terry McLaurin not getting the ball thrown to him much, so I just needed another receiver. So I did that. I'm starting Geno over Matt Stafford next week.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah. A.J. Brown's ass is still out. Okay, so that was fantasy. I'm actually in the midst of a trade, kind of with two people. Caden's being a cool guy, and we're discussing this kind of together. I'm trading Cooper Kupp, who's out for at least 4 weeks, probably closer to 6 though, for either Chris Godwin, just straight up between me and Caden, or for Kyron Williams with my buddy Than. Haven't really decided which one. I think for my roster, I'd rather have Kyron, but just like overall points wise and stuff, I'd rather have Godwin. So I'm really leaving it up to Than if he wants to do it or not. He said he does, but he was like, let me give it some more thought. So I don't know what, but if not, I'll be trading Cooper Kupp for Chris Godwin, which will be good for Caden. He doesn't even need Chris Godwin. He could have played Calvin Ridley and
yeah. And I wasn't gonna do Godwin, but like last week I did Ridley over Godwin, and he still got 20-something points.
And honestly, it'll be easier for you to not have to do like roulette if you want to play. And when Cooper Kupp comes back, your team will be good.
But yeah.
But I'm almost at the point where I'm just trying not to get last.
I was telling Ryan this earlier. It's hard to trade hurt players, like especially a Christian McCaffrey or a Cooper Kupp, like because they're worth a lot, obviously, even when they're going on IR. But like, it's just crazy because like I'm like, there's people that are like, okay, if he's on IR for 4 weeks and I get, let's say Than, you're traded with Than, Christian McCaffrey and Jordan Mason, which is Jordan Mason's going to be good for him, obviously, but Jahmyr Gibbs, he loses that. He loses Rashee Rice.
Yeah. But
he gets that Jordan Mason points, which is fine, which I think, Jordan Mason, I think Gibbs is a little bit better than Jordan Mason then, but it just sucks because Than's not going to have Christian McCaffrey for at least 4 or 5
games. And
games.
If we do our trade, you miss out on that extra
those
receiver.
points, but
temporarily for a really high upside in Cooper Kupp, so it is. But it is tough to trade with hurt players. But I'm trying to get rid of my hurt players because I'm 0-2 already, and just
don't want to go in 3.
Yeah, this is how I started last year. And I texted my buddy Drew, who I lost to, and I was like, "Dang, good game." He goes, "One of us had to go 0-2." Yeah. So I'm in 9th place out of 10. So
Trey went 0-2 as well.
Yeah, and he hasn't scored a whole lot of points. But guess who has the most points scored against them?
You?
Yeah. I'm glad you won, but I saw how James's team did, and I was like,
yeah.
But I would have lost either way because I scored 115 last week. So, although if it was this week, I would have won. Okay. So that's fantasy. Anything else big with that?
Oh, if you want to pick up someone.
Oh yeah, I'm not
too crazy about anyone right now, but if there's good pickups, I think any of the Rams wide receiver. I like. I think his name is. I forget. It's like.
DeMarcus Robinson?
No, not DeMarcus Robinson.
Tutu?
No, not Tutu Atwell.
No, I don't know the other ones.
It's a rookie. And his name, I think it was Jordan Whitworth or something like that. I think that's what it is. And he would look good in the preseason, so he might do something, because we don't know how he's gonna do against these experienced, not preseason players. But
right.
He might be a good one. I know people don't have Mike Gesicki.
Yeah.
He might be good.
Yeah, if someone needs a tight end, go.
Quentin Johnson's okay. I don't think anyone's crazy about picking him up, but he's okay.
Yeah, who else do they have to throw to? So?
Jennings from 49ers
Jawan Jennings
is going to be a good one. Debo's out.
Yep.
Obviously McCaffrey, but like just wide receiver wise, Debo's out. And I think George Kittle might be out. So if you want to pick him up, it's a good one. But those are mine.
I got him on the waiver. Don't worry.
You do?
I can't give away too much. My team is just shit, so I'm just trying to make moves. But typically when I make moves, I end up screwing myself more. But I'm over it. Okay, so done with fantasy. Keep you updated every week how we do. It'll probably be me and Kate in the finals. I'm kidding about that. I'm not going to the playoffs. This is our third or fourth year doing fantasy. Is it third or fourth?
I think this is the fourth.
Well, then the
third. I don't know.
The 2 or 3 previous years, Caden has gone to the finals and lost. So he's gotten second place both or 3 times.
All the times. Every time.
Which is crazy. But that shows he's a good, consistent fantasy manager. All right. Now, to our next segment. Last week's Ledger with Caden Cox. So he's going to be going over his gambling picks from last week. Whether he won, lost, how much he profited or lost. Week 1, he, in total, gambled 20. Didn't win anything, unfortunately. So he was minus 20 after week 1, and we are going to get to week 2 right now.
Yeah. So for my prize pick bets, the player props, again, like I said, these are all $10 bets. I had Caleb Williams throwing more than a yard, which he got. It was a discount. I was surprised that he did that. I'm just kidding. But then I had Curtis Samuel. Oh, wait, no, this is not one. This one. This one. Yeah. So I had Caleb Williams, obviously doing that discount. And then I had CeeDee Lamb, touchdown.
Why does that not show green?
Oh, no, that was last week. I'm sorry. This is it.
Oh, I was tripping.
But so then I have Curtis Samuel. I thought Curtis Samuel was a wide receiver 1 for the Buffalo. And it still says on his depth chart on Sleeper app that he is. So I was like, okay, maybe week 1 they just didn't throw to him, or the Arizona shut him down. But week 2,
he got what? One reception for 3 yards.
1 reception for 3 yards, and I put I put that he would actually get 40 yards. So
quite a bit off on
that one. James Cook touchdown, got that. Easy. J.K. Dobbins touchdown, got that.
Easy.
Rashad White, no tutty. I put him as a tutty.
It's tough because he got hurt though.
Yeah, and he didn't get it. And then I had CeeDee Lamb, his more on the yards. He got that. He got 90. His was 85.5. So, I mean, I got, 4 legs out of 6?
Yeah.
And prize picks, you still get money. So, I actually got $4.
Hey.
So, that's cool. I'll be going to this week's bet.
So, you lost $6 on that? Okay. Yeah. So, you bet 10, got 4 back, so lost $6.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, that was decent, I guess. I mean, those just 2 legs were brutal.
Yeah. And one of them easily could have been met without injury. And
then my my parlays, I just it was a bad week.
Yeah, I mean, it was a tough week for anyone doing pick 'em or I mean, so many upsets.
I had dang it, did I not have it? I don't think I took a screenshot of it. But I had, I know I had Eagles money line. They lost. I know I had 49ers money line. They lost. I know I had Cowboys covering the spread -6.5. They lost. So
Ugh.
parlay didn't hit.
Yeah.
It was terrible. Like that. It's just so bad. I think probably one of those hit. I think
You did a 7 leg?
Yeah.
Remember?
I hit the Green. No, I didn't even hit the Green Bay. I put Colts,
Yep.
and then I put.
Jeez.
Yeah, I think one hit. So just everything about my parlay was just terrible this week.
So week 2 is a wash on those. Yeah. So Caden has now bet $40 and has lost 36. Right.
Yep.
So could be worse. What's $36? Once we get into the next gambling segment, if he just hits one of these, like you're gonna profit. You know.
Yeah.
So don't lose faith in him. He's
won't.
gonna do this. All right, that was last week's Ledger with Caden Cox. Next up, Caden, I got a little game for you. This is called Ryan's Reactions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a statement from just something going on with these past week's games, and you just tell me if you agree or if I'm overreacting. I'm going to give you – I got 4 for you today. Okay. The NFC is very open. There's no, like, one dominant team.
Yeah.
And the Saints are a serious Super Bowl contender. Like, they are one of the teams that will be contending for a Super Bowl.
So I have to say that NFC's open, or like, am I just agreeing with that statement?
If you agree with that, or if you're like, no, that's an overreaction after just 2 weeks.
I mean, I agree with the NFC is open.
Okay. What about the second part of that?
The second part, I think Super Bowl is a little much.
I mean, like, I'm talking like they will be in the divisional round and, you know, will compete in that round. And
they'll probably go to the divisional round. So I think I agree with that.
Woo! Let's go.
They look good, man.
I know they really do, but
it's tough.
Like, they played the Panthers, who were awful, and then did the Cowboys just play like? Did they just have an awful game?
Cowboys do just suck. At least 3 games or 4, and like they
have a stinker, every year.
Like multiple.
Yeah.
And I mean, I get like if it was a close game and we still lost, I'm like, oh, we played decent, but no, we just completely shit the bed.
Yeah.
But I think Saints are still a good team. I think they'll be fine.
Do you know, is Spencer Rattler on the Saints?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I find it so hard to believe. Like, there were so many sports talk shows saying, like, Dennis Allen will be the head coach of the Saints will be fired by week 6. Spencer Rattler is going to be starting by the end of the year.
He looked good in preseason.
It's just crazy that those things were being talked about, and now this is a 2-0 team that has scored almost 100 points in 2 games and are, like, being talked about how they are now.
Yeah.
So, like, the effect of how that change is crazy.
I'm excited to see what they do against the Eagles this week.
Yeah, hopefully they shit on them, honestly.
Yeah, I'd love that.
All right, next up. Caleb Williams' ceiling for his career is Baker Mayfield level of play.
No, Baker Mayfield's the GOAT.
Okay, so you think he's going to be worse than Baker Mayfield? Okay, so really that's like an underreaction, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think the ceiling for Caleb Williams is Baker Mayfield, which obviously isn't bad, but it's not like, you know.
According to Tyreek Hill, he's top 5 quarterback.
Baker?
Yeah. Not even that was his last year prediction.
Dang. Probably number 1 now to him. So, like, a good player, but nothing like prospects like Mahomes or, like, I just feel like he was such a high-rated prospect coming out of college. Yeah. So I think he's going to be Baker max, and you think he's going to be not even Baker.
What we've seen so far.
Yeah.
So I like, he's not showing me Baker worthy. So I like Baker Mayfield as a player. I think he is top 10
right now. Yeah, but like
I even thought last year he was top 10, making playoffs.
Okay, so you don't think Caleb Williams will be a top 10 quarterback? I guess.
Not what he showed us now. So
all right.
No, I think
that shows you how we feel about Baker. I mean, about Caleb Williams and Baker, I guess. Okay, next up. Packers head coach Matt LaFleur is the best head coach in the league, with respect to Andy Reid, because he's just winning. The reason I say this is because Colts were favored, Everyone picked the Colts. People thought like Malik Willis was garbage. They weren't going to be able to do anything, and they ended up coming away with that game. Like the way he like schemes his games and finds ways to win with like someone like Malik Willis, who I think before this game had 3 interceptions in his career and 0 touchdowns. Like he beat a good Colts team.
Yeah, I mean he's a solid. You said best.
Yeah, I mean I won't include Andy Reid. People would say Andy Reid.
Yeah, I think the best head coach in the league is Dan Campbell. So I would say.
Okay. So disagree.
No, but he is he's a great coach. Like I say, he's very top 5 head coach.
All right, Dan Campbell. That's probably a good one. I was like, man, this dude Matt LaFleur is.
Yeah, no, he's good.
All right, last one here. This is a big one. This was a crazy week, right? Like crazy upsets.
Yeah.
People winning that aren't supposed to be winning. People that are good who aren't supposed to be good. 0-2 teams that are supposed to be great. I don't think there will be a single 12-win or more team this year. So the best record in the league this year is 11-6.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, you agree?
Yeah.
Oh man, which would be crazy. I don't think that. I mean, even when there were 16-game seasons instead of 17, I think there was always a 12-win team. I just feel like
I don't know if I said it on the podcast, but I remember when we were just talking. I remember saying that there's going to be teams this season that are going to be sneaky, and it's just going to be a good football season. Like, all these teams are good. You know, I thought the Panthers would be better, but besides them, I know a lot of teams they're good. Yeah. Like, it's going to be competitive football.
I would love to see a season where every single team is 8-9 or 9-9.
That'd be
How
crazy.
Cool would that be? Where, like, playoffs are literally just coming down to, like, tiebreakers and, like, stuff like that. I would love to see that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we got the Panthers. They won't be like that. But even like the Chiefs aren't pulling away. They're always going to find ways to win. They'll still be great.
Yeah, they had 2 close games that they could have easily lost.
Yep. A toe
and then a
pass interference call. Which, right call, but still sucks. Okay. So that's kind of it for the first half of the show. Recapping last week, going over all that stuff. We are going to get into our predictions and stuff like that for week 3 of the NFL season. So we are going to go through our picks for this week. Have you done the sleeper thing?
Yeah,
you did. We had to change our pick'em platform because the one we were using I really like, but they try to charge us money. I'm like, there's free ones out there. So now we're using the sleeper pick'em, which is fine. I love sleeper. All right. First up, we got Thursday night football. Patriots at Jets. I have the Jets.
You think it's gonna be close though, right?
I do. The spread is 6.5. I think I would easily go Patriots plus 6.5. I think it'll be a good game. I will not be surprised if Patriots win. I hope they do win. If this was in New England, I would actually choose the Patriots. But yeah, I want Patriots to do well. I either want them to do shitty or like be a playoff contender, like a 9-8, where you're like trying
to get in there.
Yeah, like the last week of the season, like you're playing to get in. I'd be happy with that. Who do you got?
I have the Jets as well. I think it's gonna be close. I don't think Aaron Rodgers has showed us that that he can score points that easily, especially on this Patriots defense.
Yep.
I mean, Patriots defense looks really good.
Yeah.
So.
Christian Gonzalez will hopefully be marking Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, I don't think he'll do that.
But I really just got to worry about Breece Hall after that. Bill Belichick did say this past year, when he was still with the Pats, obviously, he said Breece Hall is one of the hardest players to like scheme against. So I
mean, he can do everything.
I know. Next game is Giants at Browns. I got Browns.
I
don't think Giants are anything great. Cleveland,
especially it's home, right?
Yeah, they're in Cleveland. I don't know what the Browns are. I don't know if they're good or bad or.
I think they're decent. I think they're an 8-9 team, 9-8 team at best.
I predicted them going 11-6.
I did too.
Which isn't you did?
Or no, I didn't. think I had them around there.
Yeah,
right?
I think you did.
But
Giants aren't great.
No, Giants are bad. But like we said at the beginning of this podcast, Daniel Jones and Malik Neighbors have a little connection there.
They do. And Devin Singletary played well too.
Yeah. But on this defense, run stop defense.
Yeah, Myles Garrett and all
Yeah.
the crew. Next game, Bears at Colts. I've been saying this. I'm not hoping for Caleb Williams' downfall, but I really want them to do bad. I don't know what it is in me, but I just am not rooting for him. I don't know why. But I have the Colts.
I want them to do good. Like, I think it would make the league awesome.
Yes, it would.
But I just haven't seen anything, so I'm changing the Colts.
Yeah.
They look good. Even though they're 0-2, they still look good.
Yeah. Barely lost to the Texans, who we know is a good team. And then just played the Packers. And
they're good with Jordan Love.
Yeah, and Matt LaFleur knows how to coach. So
yeah.
Hopefully, I don't know. I'm conflicted about if I want the Bears to be good or not. Like you said, it'd be really fun to watch and good for the league, but I just want him to not do well.
Yeah. Just because he was so hyped, is that why?
I think so. I think kind of like week 1. Like they won the game in week 1, but Caleb Williams played awful. Let's have that every week. That'd be awesome. But yeah, I do think that's why. Texans at Vikings. This is gonna be I think this is the game of the weekend.
Me too.
Unless Justin Jefferson's hurt, then it won't be as great.
Yeah.
I have Texans winning.
Jordan Addison might come back for this game, though.
Really?
I think so.
But Vikings are good. Sam Darnold's doing well. It really sucks if Justin Jefferson.
He's not seeing ghost.
Yeah, he's seeing clear now.
He's seeing Jay Jetta's into the end zone, baby. Yeah, I have the Houston Texans, though. So.
That's sick. I just thought of something. Yeah, we both have the Texans. I wanted to. This just came in my brain. We talked about this in last week's pod. When we were going through picks, I chose the Dolphins over the Bills, and I ended up changing it before game time, just to be clear. So if people watch this and are like, "You liar," I ended up changing it. I don't know why that came in my brain. Next game, Eagles at Saints. I got the Saints.
I have the Saints.
Okay.
I just want them to win. I want the Eagles to go 1-2 because I do think there's a good chance the Cowboys are going to go 1-2.
Yep.
But I also think Saints are good. So
yeah, it's crazy. Like, if this was week 1, 100% of people would have chose the Eagles.
Yeah.
All right, next game, Chargers at Steelers. I also think this is going to be a good game, not like an entertaining game per se. Like it'll be like 13-10. But I think it'll be defense, and running. I have the Chargers.
I have Chargers.
Yeah, I'm surprised by that actually. 2-2-0 teams. The only matchup that is between two teams that haven't lost. But I think it'll be a good game. Like I said, 13-10, 16-13, something like that.
Do you think they're just gonna not play Russell Wilson?
I do. I agree. I agree with what you just said. I think they'll stick with Justin Fields. I think the only way they switch is if they go on like a 4-game losing streak and Justin Fields just looks terrible. But I don't think that's gonna happen. And even then, I don't know. I think Russ. I don't know what's gonna happen with him.
He'll retire.
Yeah, he might. Very well might. He's getting all that money, so might as well. So you have Chargers. Okay, Broncos at Bucks. I have Bucks.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. I have Bucks.
Yeah, I thought Sean Payton was going to do more with this group. This is his, second or third year? Might be his third. It's at least his second year with the Broncos.
Yeah, I think it's second.
Okay. I just thought he'd kind of have them better, but their offense looks so bad.
Yeah. Well, he has a rookie quarterback and then he has... What weapons does Bo Nix have?
I mean, Javante's supposed to be good. They have Marvin Mims. They have Cortland Sutton. So no like big names.
Yeah, I don't think they're great players.
But
I was high on Bo Nix because I liked him in college, but yeah, he hasn't really done anything here in the NFL. So I got the Bucks.
They're playing in Tampa too, so
yeah, I don't think it's gonna be a blowout because Broncos defense is pretty nice, but
I don't know what the spread is, but I'd probably take the Bucks
minus whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next is Packers at Titans. I have Packers.
This was close.
Me too. I think it'll be a good game.
Yeah, just because they're in Tennessee.
Yep.
But I did chose the Packers as well. I think Matt LaFleur will do something like he did against the Colts.
Yeah.
Obviously.
But Titans did okay against the Jets. Will Levis looked a little better. Not great, but a little better, especially getting Calvin Ridley involved. So I think it'll be a good game. I don't know what the spread is, but if it's close, I don't know. I don't know what I would do. I'd have to look at it.
I might do if whoever's favorited. I probably wouldn't do that. I'd probably do the plus.
Yeah. So we're all the same so far. Panthers at Raiders. I have Raiders. I'm not gonna say much. I think Panthers aren't good. I do think they're gonna be better with Andy Dalton, honestly. But Raiders just had a huge win against the Ravens.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Devontae Adams looked great. Gardner Minshew is that guy. I mean, he's fine.
I like Minshew.
Yeah, he'll be fine for now.
If they can get like I said, Brock Bowers look good. Adams look good. They can get
Brock Bowers, yeah.
Like the running game is not that greatest, but
Alexander Madison.
it okay.
Who else do they have? Do you know?
White.
Zamir White. Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. If they saw Josh Jacobs,
it'd be a good team.
Next up, Dolphins at Seattle. I'm going Seattle.
Yeah.
I would go Dolphins if Tua was there, but Skylar Thompson I don't think is gonna get it done.
Yep. Seattle.
Would you choose Dolphins if Tua?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Seattle looks good. I think they're 2-0, so probably go to 3-0. We might have this game different. Lions at Cardinals. I have the Cardinals.
I have Cardinals.
Okay, that would put the Lions at 1-2, which is pretty crazy. But Cardinals. I mean, we talked about it. Cardinals almost beat the Bills. They just blew out. I mean, the Rams, who didn't have anyone, but
no. I mean, but they had them for the majority of the game, no?
I mean, they had Cup for the whole first half.
Yeah.
But anyways, their offense still looked really good. But I think that'll be what time is. That's a 3:00 game. 3:00 slate is pretty dang good, man.
Oh yeah.
Especially if Tua was playing. Okay, so we have none different so far. Ravens at Cowboys. I have Cowboys. The only reason I'm choosing Cowboys is because they're playing at home, which I realize they just played the Saints at home and got blown out. But they typically play really well at home, and I just don't see them losing again at home. Otherwise, I would definitely choose the Ravens. Who do you got?
I got Cowboys. But I wouldn't be surprised if we lose this game, obviously.
Will you choose the Cowboys every week? Are you like... No. Because some fans, they're like, even if they think they're going to lose, they'll still choose them.
Yeah.
Cause...
But I think we're going to win this game. It's going to be close if we can figure out how to stop Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson when he runs.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll be able to be honest.
So that's the only issue with me.
They struggle stopping the run, don't they?
Oh yeah, and which is weird because we got a lot of big boys up there in the off season. We signed big boys for that reason. I call them fatties, but
good fatties.
Yeah,
rich fatties.
So, yeah, but I have Cowboys just because they're at home, and besides last week, we were on a 16-game home streak.
Yeah, I saw that.
In the regular season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'll be. Listen to this 3:00 slate. Kicking it off with the Panthers at Raiders.
That's a baller.
Okay, no, that's a bad game. Dolphins Seahawks. I would love that game if Tua was playing, but the rest of these games, Lions at Cardinals, great game. Ravens at Cowboys, great game. And then this next one, 49ers at Rams. Man, that would have been a great game if all their players weren't hurt. If everyone was healthy, I would 100% choose the Rams for this game.
Yeah.
Like if it was week 1. But I'm choosing Niners. Although Christian McCaffrey, Debo's out, we'll see what Brock Purdy's made of maybe without all of his weapons. I mean, he'll still have Ayuk, Kittle. No, maybe not Kittle.
Yeah. Ayuk's going to go off. Jennings is going to be good.
Yep.
Jordan Mason. He still has good weapons, but not elite like Debo.
Right. You have Niners too?
Yeah.
All right, dude. No, we have all the same picks. Okay. Sunday Night Football is Chiefs Falcons. I'm going Chiefs. I won't pick against the Chiefs this season just because they always find a way
I
to
hope
win.
that they lose.
Yeah, I'm always going to root against them, but I don't think they're going to lose.
But I got Kansas City. But honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Atlanta wins because they're at home. They just beat the Eagles. They're on a high. Eagles aren't bad, but
I'd be surprised. Kansas City just doesn't take L's. Although Pacheco's out, maybe that'll be a problem.
Yeah,
at least to start. We'll see.
What'd they have? Edwards? Is that their?
I think they're Carson Steele.
Oh, they're the rookie.
And they just signed Kareem Hunt too.
Oh, did they sign him? Yeah. I know he was going on the visit.
Just signed him to the practice squad. Don't know if he'll play, but I'm sure he will eventually. And then there's 2 Monday night games this week, if you didn't know that. First one is at 6:30 Central. Jags at Buffalo. I have Buffalo. Jags are 0-2, not looking good at all, actually. Trevor Lawrence looks like crap. He doesn't even throw to Christian Kirk. Evan Ingram's out. I mean, I don't know. They just haven't been good.
ETN looks decent.
Yeah, actually, that's true.
Brian Thomas looks good.
Yeah, that's probably his wide receiver 1, huh?
Now, yeah.
Poor Christian.
But yeah, I have the Buffalo Bills. They gon' shit on him.
Yeah, I bet it'll be like a 10-point game. But Bills look really good, so definitely going with them. And then I guess these games run together basically. 7:15, just 45 minutes later, is Washington at Cincinnati. I'm going Cincinnati. They're 0-2, but I think they're better than 0-2. Not by much. They don't look great, but I don't think.
T. Higgins still out for this game?
I think so.
Dang. I got Cincinnati, but
okay.
I want T. Higgins to
be back.
Man.
I know. And
I'm rooting for
the
Bengals.
Really?
I think I want them over. I would say I want a lot of teams over the Chiefs, but
yeah. Oh yeah, me too. Patriots.
That's a miracle, brother.
Okay, well, we have all 16 games.
We almost have the score, too.
What'd you say?
42.
There's a tie break at the end. How many total points for the Washington-Cincinnati game? He chose 42. I chose 45. So that's crazy. So we're both 20-12 right now in our record, and we'll have the exact same next week. All right, well, that's not super interesting, but maybe we'll go 16-0.
That'd be cool.
That would be really cool. All right, that was Pick'em with Ryan and Caden. And now, really quick, we're just going to recap our Survivor picks and make our Survivor picks for this week. Just to recap, week 1, I chose Bengals over Patriots. Patriots won, so I'm out. I'm still doing it just for funsies. Caden chose Saints over Panthers. Great pick. Saints won. And then he chose...
Might not be a good pick now. Shit. Because they're contenders.
Oh, yeah, Saints are going to the Super Bowl, so you don't have that. I see what you're saying. That's another thing. We talked about this before, but I'll explain again. There's 22 total weeks of football, including the 4 weeks of playoffs. And once you use one team, you can't use them again. So you need to save good teams for the playoffs so you have teams to choose from. If you choose all the playoff teams before playoffs start, then you don't even have a team to pick. And then Caden chose Chargers over
Panthers.
Got that right. I chose Chargers over Panthers. I know I'm not in it, but just play along. So both got that right. Week 3, I'll do mine really fast. I'm doing the Bucks over the Broncos. I know Bucks might be contenders, but I think that's a give me game. But we'll see. So Bucks over Broncos. Caden, what you got?
I got the Raiders over the Panthers.
Yeah, like we said before, that might be a
Might be a strat.
Yeah, I mean,
and the only reason I'm doing the Raiders is because I don't think.
Contenders.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a great. Caden knows his shit. I don't know my shit. I got out week 1, so.
Like, if the Panthers were I guess I would probably still pick them. Like, if they were playing, like, Cowboys. Obviously, when I choose the Cowboys.
Right.
I'd probably go somewhere else. But since they are playing the Raiders and I don't think they're playoff contenders in my eyes, I got to pick them.
Yeah, the strategy is to choose the worst team you can that you're confident in winning.
Yeah.
The reason I didn't choose Raiders is because genuinely I'm not scared of, but concerned about Andy Dalton. I think he could not flip it around, but do something against a team that isn't great like the Raiders. That's the only reason. And then Bucks probably are a contender, so maybe not a great pick, but we'll see. Alrighty. So that was our Survivor pick. One moment. All right. So next up, we have my favorite, or one of my favorite things. We're playing a game. It is called... Man, I had a really cool name for this game, and now I can't find it.
Come on, dude.
Sorry, man. Man, I'm so sad. Okay. Dude, I'm tripping. Oh, I found it. I'm just a stupid idiot. Okay. I was looking at the wrong spot. Okay. So, this is called Likely or Long Shot. Okay? So, I'm going to give you 2 things. Like, I'm going to give you A or B. One of them you have to say is likely, and one of them you have to say is a long shot.
Okay.
Even if you think they're both long shots or both likely, you have to differentiate. One's likely, one's a long shot.
Yeah.
Okay? All right. I got 5 for you. This first one will take a little bit, but that's okay. Okay. So, which is likely and which is a long shot? Every undefeated team to win again, or every team with no win to lose again. So all 2-0 teams to go to 3-0, or all 0-2 teams to go to 0-3. The only stipulation with that is there are 2 teams that are playing each other that are undefeated, so don't count them because one of them has to go 2-1.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll give you the undefeated teams real quick. Actually, that happens twice, I think. Okay, so Saints playing the Eagles. These are the undefeated teams right now. Bucks playing the Broncos.
Mm-hmm.
Seahawks playing the Dolphins.
Mm-hmm.
And the Chiefs playing the Falcons.
Mm-hmm.
And the Bills playing the Jags. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so those are all the games that fit in that. There are 4 other undefeated teams, but they're playing each other, so we're not going to do those. And then these are the teams with 0-2 records. Giants playing the Browns. Colts playing the Bears. Broncos playing the Bucks. Panthers playing the Raiders. Titans playing the Packers. Ravens playing the Cowboys. Rams playing the 49ers. Jags playing the Bills. And Bengals playing the Commanders. You got all that? You need me to repeat it?
Oh, it's a long shot for them for all those games.
Okay, that wasn't the best way to introduce this segment. Okay, without saying all that again, oh my goodness. Do you think all the undefeated teams will stay undefeated, or all the teams that have not won to continue to not win? Which is likely and which is a long shot?
Likely is the undefeated teams.
To stay undefeated?
Stay undefeated.
And then, okay. Long shot is for all the losing teams to lose again. Man, sorry about that. That was rough. I didn't realize there were that. That was almost every game. I guess that makes sense. There's only a few 1-1 teams. All right. Whew. You know what? We'll come back to that one maybe in like 3 weeks when there's only like 2 teams in each category. Okay. Which one's likely and which one's a long shot?
Shoot.
Caleb Williams to throw.
We like Caleb Williams.
He's interesting, man. Caleb Williams to throw for 200 yards or Andy Dalton to throw for 200 yards?
Shit.
Panthers are playing, just had this up. The Raiders and Bears are playing the Colts. So which one's likely and which one's a long shot?
You know what? I'll give Caleb this one. I think Caleb will.
You're just that down on the Panthers too?
Yeah. Caleb has better weapons. Well, are they hurt? No one's hurt, right? Besides Keenan Allen?
Yeah.
He's still hurt. He'll wait.
I think so. I don't know for sure if he'll play, but.
So I think Caleb Williams, but they're playing the Colts. I'll say Caleb Williams more likely than
long shot
Andy Dalton.
Okay.
Unless he connects with Adam Thielen or Javonte Johnson. Shoot, I don't know. That's hard. That's a hard one. But I'll stick with Caleb.
All right. I think I would reverse it. I agree with you on number one though. The first thing we did, I'll read it again.
No, you don't have to.
Okay, which one's likely and which one's a long shot? Jaden Daniels to outplay Burrow, or for Bo Nix to outplay Baker? Toughie, huh? I feel like I know what you're gonna go towards, just literally based off what we've talked about so far this pod.
So Jaden Daniels from Burrow, or Baker and Bo Nix. I would say. Yeah, I would say Bo Nix to outperform Baker.
That's likely?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go the other way.
I was going to, but are we talking about like passing yards?
Yeah, just play
just
better.
output,
yeah,
yeah.
Not necessarily as a particular stat, but just like when you watch the game, be like, oh, he played better than him.
Well, they aren't both gonna do it. But if I had to pick one, in that sense, then like if who's just a better player, probably Jaden McDaniels because he's gonna run the ball.
Okay.
But like in passing yards and this.
Yeah, I don't necessarily mean that, but
yeah, okay, just a better player than. Yeah, I'd probably say Jane
Daniels played better than Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow is likely, and then long shot is Baker.
Alrighty, like that. All right, which is likely and which is a long shot? Dallas to get blown out at home against the Ravens, or for the Saints to blow out Philly?
I think likely is Saints blow out Philly.
And long shot, Dallas get blown out.
I don't think the Ravens
have that
offensive
capability of blowing. Yeah. Yeah, but I agree with that one.
Good. Dallas sucks, so we'll see.
If Lamar comes out and plays, it's possible, but
yeah, I would say, like I said, Dallas. That's a long shot. And then Saints and Eagles, that's more likely.
Yeah, I agree with that one. And for the one we did before, I agree with you. I think Jaden is more likely to outplay Burrow than Bo Nix to outplay Baker. All right, last one. Which is likely and which is a long shot? Jameson Williams to be the wide receiver 1 this season on the Lions over Amon-Ra, or Marvin Harrison Jr. to be a top 5 wide receiver in the league by the end of this year? I know what you guys are thinking. Where do I come up with these great scenarios? Don't. I know what. Actually, this is probably the hardest one for me. I don't even know if I have an answer.
I would say long shot Marvin Harrison Jr.
Really?
Yeah.
So you think it's likely? Well, of these, you think it's likely that Jameson Williams outdoes
Roll Tide, baby.
Amon-Ra for wide receiver 1 position. That's crazy. Did you see the 30 group chat?
Yeah.
That's part of the reason why I came up with that one. Shout out 30, my cousin. Dang. Okay. Well, we agree on some of those. So you said long shot for Marvin Harrison to be top 5. If he did what he did last week, though. Geez.
Yeah, I mean.
All right. I enjoyed that. That was a good one. Sorry for the beginning of that one. Won't happen again. All right. Got a couple more things.
That was funny.
Going to do the gambling segment. We got a great name for this one. It's called Caden's Cash Can. Like trash can, but it's a can full of cash because he's going to make all that cash.
Yes, sir.
So Caden's Cash Can, where he takes you through his prize picks and his parlays. He bets $10 on each, so $20 a week. And he'll take you through what he's betting and how much he's going to win. I'm going to use the restroom real quick, but he will start.
All right, so this week, week 3, I have these are my game parlays. So I have Bucks money line over the Broncos. I don't think it'll be close. I think Bucks will, make easy work of that. I had the over on the Texans and Vikings game. This one is a little bit scary just because if Justin Jefferson doesn't play, then I'm in trouble. If he does, I think it's easy. Both teams have to score 23 and one has to score 24. I think that's a gimme. But if he doesn't play, then that's a scary one. Then I have Cleveland Browns -6 against the New York Giants. Don't think the Giants are good. And Cleveland Browns at home. If, like we said before, if Deshaun Watson can just be a decent quarterback, this team can be good, especially against the Giants. So I have that -6. Then I have the Colts on the spread -1 against the Bears. That one might be tricky just because the Bears' defense is good. But besides that, I think the Colts are going to outplay them. And then I have Raiders money line against the Panthers. I have Green Bay Packers +3 against the Titans. And then I have New England Patriots +6.5.
Yeah.
For the Thursday night football. Just to recap you, Ryan, I had Tampa Bay money line playing Broncos. I said this is going to be the hardest one right here, the over 46 over the Houston Texans and Vikings. If Justin Jefferson doesn't play, if he plays, I think it's easy. But if he doesn't,
it's tougher.
It's tough. Then I have Cleveland Browns -6 against the Giants, and they're at the Browns.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good one. Colts -1 against the Bears.
Yeah.
Raiders money line against Panthers.
Yep.
I would have done the spread, but like you said, Andy Dalton might find a way to keep it close. And then Green Bay Packers +3 against the Tennessee Titans. I think that's pretty good, but
if they do what they did last week, I think.
But you never know. I mean, they could screw me. And then Patriots +6.5.
I like all those. I've said it before. Over unders. I don't have opinions on this because I don't know. So 10 to win what?
10 to win $440.
Jeez. I wanted to, before he goes to prize picks. So Caden bets $20 a week on this, 10 for each thing, and there's 22 weeks. Will you do this during playoffs too?
Sure.
Okay, so that's $440 for the whole year. $20 a week for 22 weeks.
If I just win this bet.
Yeah, that's exactly my point. Every payout is usually at least $300, but up to $500. So if just one hits, you basically make all this money back. Like this is exactly $440, $439.90. So you'd make your money back. If 2 hit, you double it. So like, I know we don't have a ton of listeners to actually do this, but like do this stuff. It'll pay off. 2 of these will hit.
Yeah. Like I said, I usually hit, and then I usually get really close to hitting all of them.
Also, I feel like he gets better as the season goes because he has more information about
Yeah.
everything. So do it. If you don't, you'll regret it, or you'll be like, I won't do this week, and then that'll be the week that hits. So
Like basketball season, I hit it like a lot.
yeah, and if he hits, I mean, think about it. He easily could hit. Let's see, he does 2 bets a week. He does 44 total bets. 4 of those could easily hit. He could hit 11 of those. He could hit a quarter of them. Like, it's possible. All right, go ahead.
So that was my game parlays. They were, I believe it was 7 legs. Yeah, it was a 7-leg parlay. Like I said, I like doing long parlays. I think it's fun. I think it's interesting. And when you hit them, it's just
Feels good.
You're over the moon.
Yeah.
I mean, I can obviously put like $100 and do like maybe a 2-leg or a 3-leg parlay and probably do a little bit more better and make money that way. But I'm not really doing this to make money. I'm doing it to enjoy, watch football a little more, like make it more interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was my game parlay, 7-leg parlay, all my games. Now this is Prize Picks player props. I have Mari Cooper scoring a touchdown, which is going to be tough.
That is tough. He hasn't done anything.
He hasn't done anything. Why I think they're going to feed him a touchdown.
I hope, man.
But he probably will have Christian Gonzalez on him, which is another tough thing. Right? Oh, no, sorry.
No, they're playing
the
Jets.
I'm
Who are the
thinking-
Browns playing?
Never mind, they're playing the Giants. I think that's a good one. That's why I did it.
I have him on my fantasy team, so hopefully I'm rooting for that.
I saw NY. I was like, the Jets. But yeah, whatever. So I got Amari Cooper scoring a touchdown against the Giants, and I got Stephon Diggs scoring a touchdown against the Vikings, his old squad.
Yep.
They're going to get him a tutty.
For sure. That's smart. You're thinking.
Then I got Alan Lazard. He's going to get more receptions than 2.5, so he has to get 3.
I like that.
Reason why? I think Christian Gonzalez is going to be marking Garrett Wilson. Alan Lazard will be open. Dak Prescott, this one might be a little tough, but I think he's going to feed CeeDee Lamb more and more as the season goes. Definitely this game 3, they don't want to go to a 1-2 start.
Yeah.
So I have Dak Prescott, and he hit this last week. Even that terrible game, he hit it. So I have him over to 258 yards. So he has to get 259 passing yards, that is.
Doable.
And then I have, same game, Lamar Jackson rushing yards. I just think they probably won't be able to stop him. And RPOs.
That's a lot of yards, though. I mean, not for him maybe, but
Yeah.
49.5.
49.5. He has to get more, so he has to get 50. And then this one I like because he did good week 1. I didn't see his production in week 2. Do you know how he did?
Not as good as week 1.
I think that's why I said I did it. But Xavier Worthy, he has to do more than 40.5, so he has to get 41 receiving yards, and I like that against the Falcons. I know that they have Jesse Bates and I think their corners are pretty decent too, but I think that's a good one too.
He had 2 receptions for 17 yards and 1 carry for 5 yards.
Yeah. So I have Xavier Worthy doing all that. So just to recap quickly, I have Amari Cooper, touchdown against Giants. Stephon Diggs, touchdown against Vikings. Alan Lazard, more receptions than 2.5, so he has to get 3. Dak Prescott, more passing yards than 258.5. He has to get 259. Lamar Jackson, more rushing yards than 49.5. He has to get 50. Then Xavier Worthy, more receiving yards, or 40.5 receiving yards, so he has to get 41 receiving yards.
That's not bad.
And then
Man, when you do it, you're like, you think this will hit. All right, yeah, 10 to win what?
$10 to win $440.
Okay, so both are 10 to win 440. So if you bet this week and these both hit,
All of them hit. Both.
you'd win $870. 880, but you bet 10, so $870 profit.
That'd be good. Chug a chain.
Yeah. So maybe look into it. This is on Prize Picks and something else.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that'll do it for this episode. Thank you for for joining and listening. We'll be back next Tuesday, September 24th, to recap Week 3 and talk all about that. And
hopefully everything happens. My bets: Cowboys win, Patriots.
Yes, we'll
cover the spread. Well, if they win, they cover the spread.
Yeah, this is all we need every week. We just need a Pats win, a Cowboys win, the bets to hit. Just one of the bets to hit, actually.
Yeah.
And then fantasy to do well for both of us. That's 5 things. That's 5 things. What's 5 things?
A lot.
All right. Thank you, guys. See you next week.
Bye.